You're on TV. Get them in here. You don't want to miss this.
And the ancestors are looking out for us. Todd Hayes is exposing them, man.
Okay, you see that chair right there? See how big it is?
Yeah.
Now look at the poke chair under it. Scroll down, look at the poke chair under
Never have it been made so clear.
Young TV. Young.
We running the game right now.
Young TV.
Time to take over.
Young
We the hottest in the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you just not tuned in.
TV.
Share, like on your Instagram, Facebook.
Young TV.
If you tuned in, we broadcasting live from 2030, baby.
Young TV. Young
Taking over the game, baby. Oh yeah.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Young TV.
Get them likes up in the air, you heard me?
Young TV.
Ride by. Hotel Islam.
Young TV.
Assalamu alaikum. Flown lesson. Peace be
Young
unto you.
TV.
Hit that like.
Hey, Rob out, y'all. Everybody, we hearing a lot of questions. Asking is Nannar or Trump working for Nannar, right? And we got to make the connections for you about Nannar. Now, for all you newcomers that don't know who Nannar is Enlil's son, right? He's like the second born. He's like the second. He the first generation, but he the second born after his older brother named Nannar too. Now, Nannar, his mother name is Sud. Ninlil is another name for her, and she was Halai's daughter. Right? Keep in mind who Halai is. For you newcomers, Halai will be the Lucifer, the new devil. Because they say about an old devil, they talk about an old devil in Revelations, and that old devil is Tanush that started the war on Ridge against Murdoch and the Riskians. And the new devil is his son, who Murdoch raised as his own. And then he turned on Murdoch, right? So he had a daughter. Her name was Sud. Enlil impregnated her and had a son. So you can understand, Nannar is the grandson of the pretty much Lucifer, right? This is crazy how this clouds is on the ground today. Yeah, so now remember we told you that Trump is working with the Nomos. Now you gotta understand Nannar and them connection with the Nomos. Keep in mind, Nannar was married to a lady who was partially Nomos, who was Aristogel's mother. Keep in mind, Aristogel has the reptilian. They was part reptilian. These Nomos, right? So the Nomos, the reptilian clan, was working with Nannar on the dark side of the moon. Now let me go back. When they got here and they saw how wealthy they can become off of taking advantage of the natural resources on Earth, and they saw the different other aspects of the medical, because people just weren't coming here for gold and other like the normal minerals like you think, like silver, gold, you know, things of that nature, right? They were coming here for drugs. And we'll get more into it after 7 minutes. But they were coming here for more than just gold and silver. These extraterrestrials. It's other minerals like chlorine, you know what I'm saying? Water, because the nomos, they need water to survive. Hydrogen, things of that nature you can pull out the atmosphere. Limestone that they was using for their breathing machines. So there's other things, even children are slaves. There were slaves being sold galactically, right? So slavery was going on until the Galactic Federation of Life banned slavery, but it's still going on low key on a manipulation type level. So going back, what happens is when the Anunnakis came here, I'm just giving a quick rundown for the newcomers. What happens is when the Anunnakis came here, they had to dig for the gold that they had made the deal for with the Dragon reptilians, who was in Inky's side of the family. So the Anunnaki had to dig first. Now, in the process of this, they had a lot of complaints from the lower class, who were the worker beings, who worked in the mines, right? And these complaints got bad enough to where they start to come up with solutions to keep them under control, keep the miners. And Enlil was pretty much in charge of this. And what he does is they came out, they found out about this thing called opium, right? And we have to say certain things, and hopefully that the people know what we're talking about, because you know we gotta maintain certain guidelines. But they found the opium, the brown stuff, the doogie, and they said that, oh, we can give them this, and it'll calm them down to where they'll work, and then they get this stuff, and then it'll make them forget about the pain and heartache that they are having from digging in his mind, right? And also the Anunnakis, specifically Tahuti and Mother Ninti, were using this plant to make certain sterilizers and certain things to doing medical procedures that they can use, and they still do it today to put people out when they have to replace a limb or something like that. They can give them this opium and it'll put them out. Morphine is what they call it, I think, in the hospital, right? And so Mother Ninti was doing that. She was doing a lot of experiments in her laboratory on the drug. But they start Nannar, Enlil placed Nannar in charge of giving these miners this brown stuff, this doogie, right? And they gave that to him for a while. And Nannar saw how profitable it was. She said, man, I can take this stuff and sell it to other aliens, pretty much, to other extraterrestrials from other planets. And the reason how this started is because they wasn't just, the Anunnakis just wasn't mining on this planet, right? They were mining on several other planets, right? And so when they saw this first format that we can use this brown stuff to keep them docile and under control, we can do this on other planets as well. So that started pretty much Nannar's Dark Side of the Moon drug operation. We already did a whole tape on this, breaking it down. So Nannar said, man, I can take this brown stuff and start selling it worldwide. Boom. Galactic wide. And they had a secret. It really was illegal what they was doing. It was illegal what they was doing because they didn't make a deal for that. They only made a deal for a certain amount of minerals. So it really was illegal. So that's why he started. That's why he went to the dark side of the moon and set up a certain secret order and a code flip to where people can know when to come in and get the shit, right? And that was when the sign of Venus come to in the sign of the moon. when the moon is in a crescent moon in the Venus, you can see this, right? And that became your symbol of Islam, but it's really a well, for one sect of Islam, because the real symbol of Islam is not that symbol, right? It's like a turkey symbol, the symbol of Turkey, right? Because you got to keep in mind these same Turks is connected with Baal, and that with that go along with that symbol, because Baal was working on the dark. He had his own operation too, that was separate from Nannar. Nannar wasn't involved with the children. Nannar didn't sell children. Baal was the one that was involved with it, and I can explain how he got involved. His uncle Alelu got him involved with that, with the reptilians, the Dragonians. But this being able to sell to other head officials on other planets that was a part of the Anunnakis that could give this to their miners, increase their miners or calm them down. At first, that's what they started doing this worldwide, and Nannar will start doing this stuff on the back of the moon, right? And meanwhile, his brother Baal, who became a bad guy, right? According to the Quran and according to the biblical text, he became a bad guy. Why? Because he set up a priesthood called Baphomet, and he started the dirty Moors. If you look at Baal in the Holy Tablets, who is Adad, Enlil's son, Nannar's brother, from the same mother, same father, same mother, right? Baal and Nannar's brothers, right? If you look in the Holy Tablets, you'll see that he got a fez on. And for you newcomers that's listening, if you never read the Holy Tablets by Master Teacher Dr. Malachi Z York, we got the links for free in the descriptions, right? You can click in the descriptions and scroll all the way down. You'll see a free link to Dr. Malachi Z York's book, The Holy Tablets, right? And some of this stuff is in there. Some of it you got to read between the lines, right? Because Doc couldn't go as far to scare people. He was already scaring the hell out of people with what he put out. But if he would have told y'all he was going into it, he actually went into it a little bit in the Pataraks, right? About that's what people say. I never read the Pataraks, but that's what people say, that he went into it a little bit on the Pataraks. He did actually go into the Holy Tablets, how the Dragon reptilians who were here were benevolent, and that they disagreed with the Anunnakis because they said the Anunnakis were disagreeable, and kind of find out exactly what they thought is exactly what's happened with the Anunnakis. Almost pretty much destroyed their planet, pretty much. But we're based on Nannar and Trump. We're making the connection with the Nomos, right? That pretty much starts the smuggling. And Baal, that's what we were talking about. Baal starts the dirty Moors. You see that he got a Terra Bush, a fez on in the Holy Tablets, right? Baal, Adad, Enlil's son, the same dude who, when the Israelites had they crops got they crops went out for 7 years, a bad time. Enlil was the one that sent Baal to go crop dust them. See, the Anunnakis had crop dusters, but they can poison your crops and make them won't grow. The Anunnakis was doing they had welder Alton devices. They can show you, they show you pictures of it on the wall in ancient Kemet. Inky designed the weathered Alton device where we can make it rain or make it not rain. Today they call that the H project up in Alaska, right? They got that technology from Inky, from the tablets of Tahuti, from them books that Tahuti left in ancient Kemet, right? And they found a whole bunch of books in the City of the Gods. So I want to tell you about the City of the Gods, right? What Tahuti really was setting up, where he really set up the first school, really. And right, but we got cut. All right, so one day Alelu got a chance to come back to visit the planet, and he told them about it. But he had a stake in on the gold that was being uncovered here, because the gold was not only being recovered to patch Riz and patch Nuru, take back to Nuru. it was also to fund the business that he had going on called Riz Tech, where they were building all these huge crafts made from gold. Dang, man. We want a bad area right here. Hey, we're gonna take some questions in a minute because I'm driving, and so I'm doing the show at the same time. But Bill, we should be out of this bad spot in just a second. Now I got good service. What I'm doing, I'm driving through a country. I'm driving through a country where ain't no towers at all. If I have Verizon wireless, we'll be good. But we driving through an area that's real wooded and bayou type area. So ain't no, it's a swamp. We driving through the swamp. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, road trip. But here come the sun. Yeah, so Bell, Alelu ended up coming to visit Inky. And Inky was showing him around, showing him the gold operation. While he was showing the gold operation, he oversaw the Sands Man, which was the Homo sapien, the site that they had created to be this worker. That shit is crazy. That sun is crazy. And I wish I could let y'all see that, bro. That joint hit. That joint is crazy. Yeah, but once he saw the Sands Man, he ended up kidnapping one of the kids and eating him. Once the kid was scared and frightened when he ate him, so the kid tasted good. It's like the kid had a adrenaline chrome because these new beings have what they call an adrenaline gland. So they produced this adrenaline chrome, and so they were tasty, like Haru say, that's tasty. So these reptilians, they say, oh yeah, these beans are tasty. They more tasty than the white meat that we got, the Aldebaran chicken that have their adrenaline glands, right? These beans are more tasty. So what we'll do is, we'll stop eating your people. They told Alelu, we'll stop eating your children if you get us 144,000 of these type of beans. And so Alelu said, deal. So he had to disguise a plan to steal the children. He had to disguise a plan to steal the children without the good anarchists finding out about it. I wish I could see this sun and how you can see it clearer with the clouds blocking it. That shit look like a big ass. I might can show you Nubaru too if I can flip my screen around, but I can't do it while I'm driving. But you can see Nubaru. If you take your phone and hold it to the left hand corner of the sun as it's coming down or rising, you'll see Nubaru to the left hand side. Okay, that sun hitting right now. You can see the full sun. All right, so then he made a deal for the 144,000, right? And so he couldn't come back to he had kind of got like banned from off of Tiamat Key because he had lied to the people and told them he was a new. So a new had abandoned him. And he pretty much had put him over the project that they had going on in Orion, which was the international intake system, right? And so what happens is he had to find somebody that would be in with him on the deal, on the 144,000. And the only person that he could think of was his nephew, Enlil's son, Bell. And so he ended up talking Bell into getting a part of the deal. And so he said, Bell, if you help me herd this 144,000, I'll give you half of the take on it. And Bell didn't really want to do it at first. Bell got really made into a bad guy. Bell didn't really want to do it. Because Bell said, oh, no, I don't really want to do that because, we'll be really breaking galactical law. But he said, nah, what you can do is you can run it hand in hand with Nannar's drug smuggler operation on the dark side of the moon. Right? And you just can run it together with that and nobody will know. Nobody cares about these humans. They are expendable containers. They are youthly leaders. They Lulus. So just give me 144,000 of them, herd them, and then ship them off the dark side of the moon. And so Bell said, deal. So what Bell did is he came up with a plan. He said, I got to teach a Pacific secret sect of these humans, right? So that they'll follow my guidelines and plans. So he set up a priesthood where he picked certain humans and taught them only a certain amount of information to where they could be in charge and be like a priesthood over herding these 144,000 children. Right? And that started these guys who came on as later on ran the feds as the killer clowns. The killer clowns is the Shriners. And they go all the way back to Bell. And that's why they got a kid in front of every hospital. They standing out there with the feds on, and they holding the kid, child. And they've been looking for a child. They've been looking for the kids ever since. Because it's part of the deal with Bell to hold her. And look, they just got busted. The killer clowns, these Shriners just got busted. But they said they were smuggling kids these guys, they run the circus. Because people was asking, who are the killer clowns? Well, we got a 4-tape series out called Volume 1 through 4 called The Killer Clowns Exposed. But these killer clowns up in, I forget what that was, but at one of their circuses, they got caught smuggling kids. And one of the guys, he was one of the that was a good guy, and he ended up, well, no, they tried to make him the scapegoat. What happened is they tried to make this guy the scapegoat to take the fall for the whole operation. But the guy said, man, I ain't going down for this operation, right? So he told on all of them, and they bucked they circus. So these guys is the guys that do the circus. They dress up like clowns, but then they rock our crowns and they know about the mounds. You see what I'm saying? Like they know about the mounds, right? And this go all the way back to Bell, these same guys, right? To Baphomet, the guys that call themselves Shriners, right? And so they the ones that been kidnapping the kids the whole damn time. Who you think Walt Disney is? Walt Disney is a killer clown. Walt Disney is with the Braille, was part of the Braille priesthood to herd 144,000. Why you think they set up shit for the kids, to attract the kids, to bring the kids in? It goes back to that deal with a Lelu. Now we get into Nannar hooked up with Trump, right? Nannar working for Trump, right? I'm just building you up the guidelines on how this shit play out. So they were taking the kids to the dark side of the moon and shipping them off to these reptilians. Hundreds of thousands of kids come up missing every year. Where is these kids going? Some of them getting took underground to the reptilians that were underground, right? Some of them getting took to be part of these slave camps, right? And mostly they go out to third world countries, kids. Well, people pretty much sell their kid for pretty much cheap, $300-400. They'll sell your kid over in certain places for $300-400. And then you got people like Oprah Winfrey and these billionaires who don't come up and set up a school over here because they can't, right? The black hand won't allow. They go to third world countries, set up a school for all girls. Why? So they can use this as a camp to smuggle kids. Right? And it all goes back to the Bell priesthood. Now, Nannar wasn't in on the kids. Nannar was in on smuggling the Doogie. And his brother, although Nannar wasn't involved in the dark side of the moon operation, Nannar is the one that they called him back then the Peruvian Connect. Because Enlil had called, these boys had cell phones. Keep in mind, Enlil and them had cell phones. That boy Enlil called that boy Nannar, that's his oldest son by Mother Ninti, right? Who was Hathor in ancient Kemet, right? He called up Nannar, say, hey, Nannar, man, look, I need you to go over there to Peru and get this white stuff, man, this powder, and bring it back and get to the miners because that brown stuff is taking them down. It's making them they lazy. The brown stuff was making them lazy. They starting to get immune to it, and they need it. And without it, without that brown stuff, it's making them sick. So we need something we're giving them beer, we're giving them alcohol, and we're giving them the brown stuff but it's taking them down. It's making them what the production is going down. So we need something that's gonna lift them up. They're gonna take them high, right? Instead of take them low. So what do? They went over and got the plant from it back. They were smuggling because it was a whole bunch of smuggling going on. Inky was smuggling, started the smuggle operation with the gold, but then later on, they started smuggling other shit like children and drugs, right? But so they was using the yachts and submarines to bring drugs back over to the mining areas, and so they started giving them the white girl. They started doing the white girl, and that took them up and made them, go hard in the paint, right? But eventually they got immune to that. But that stuff also became part of the Nannar's operation on the dark side of the moon. They were selling that too. They were selling the grass, the brown, and the white. Nannar. So now you can understand Nino Brown. And why when I tell you the character Nino Brown in New Jack City is what Nannar really looked. He looked just like Nannar. He dressed like him, right? I regenerated a picture for this cover of what Nannar looked like. He looked just like Nino Brown, right? From the New Jack City, and he even dressed like they had the same demeanor as how Wesley Snipes act in New Jack City, and also his little brother. Man, look. That's why I know you can't make nothing up. They pulled that out the etherical mine reservoir to make that movie. His brother G Money is like Bell because Nannar sold Bell out. Nannar sold Bell out to save himself. He said that, oh yeah, well, we ain't got nothing going on, but Bell has got selling kids. And they were more interested in him selling them kids. Anu was more interested in that than the drug operation. And that's what got Bell cast to Under Darkness. Enlil knew about it. Enlil didn't give a damn. But Enlil let Bell go down. He knew about it. Right? So what happened within the movie New Jack City? When Nino Brown says, am I my brother's keeper? Boom. Yes, I am. Then he killed him. He killed Bell. He killed G Money. And if you look at how G Money looked, G Money got the same type of features as Bell. How Bell looked. I'm telling you, man. These people ain't making nothing up. They ain't making that up, man. I'm telling you. And so, speeding up to how Trump could be working for Nannar, or Trump is working for Nannar, right? So Nannar went in on the kid thing. He was pretty much against the kids. And like I say this, Nannar is my granddad. And like y'all, people might think that they might say that Nannar from their perspective was a bad guy, right? Because he was a drug dealer, right? But I say, when we went over Nannar house, we always had fun as kids. We can do everything we want over Nannar house. And if we break something, it don't matter. I'll buy nothing or get it refixed, right? So it's like how Lil Meech look at his dad, Big Meech. He don't look at his dad as a bad guy. He look at his dad as a good guy. It's like kind of like that thing. And the reason why, like I say, that Nannar is our Nana's dad. Our Nana's dad is Nannar. So if Nannar is Halai's grandson, then would that make our Nana? The queen of heaven and earth is connected to Halai. So we all connected some kind of way. And all right, so the Nomos, this is what Trump come in at with Nannar. Nannar was like one of the leaders of the Nomos. He made a deal with the Nomos. Nannar made a deal with the Nomos, and that's why he married one of their people. And he had a child, like I said, named Ariska Gale. But you see pictures of that in the holy tablets, of her in the holy tablets. She always wore updos, right? And in this life right now today, my Aunt Gail looked just like her. In this life, my Aunt Gail, her name Gail, and she looked just like her, and she do hair. just like Ariska Gale did down there in the center of the world in Shambella. She did hair. She liked to do her. She used to be a hairdresser, right? Ariska Gale. And well, what happens is that's how the deal was made with the Nomos. And so Nannar got a deal with the Nomos. And so Trump is the Nomos. So yes, he could be taking orders from Nannar, but this is what I think though, because Nannar, the Anunnaki is not in control of the project no more. But the reason why Nannar could be involved is because the original people of the planet, who are the fifth dimensional Nomos, they are because it's still right. The thumbnail, you see Nannar on one side. That's how he look. That's how he look. Because people be saying, "How do you know what these people look like?" Because I seen them. I remember them. I'm telling you, just like when Doc put them in the Holy Tablets, he said, "Oh yeah, I remember what they look like." Because I seen them. But we got more technology now, and so we can get more advanced with it. The pictures they put out of Anu, that ain't what he looked like. The pictures that I put out, that's what he looked like. I'm telling you, man, that's what he looked like with the unibrow. They missing a unibrow. Anu had a unibrow. Enlil got a unibrow. I'm telling you. And look, the Anunnaki sent me a whole bunch of pictures, right? And then they said, well, they didn't tell me which one was Anu. They just said, look at these pictures and tell us which one Anu. And I looked right at the pictures. I said, oh yeah, that's him right there. They said, yeah, that's him. Because look, like everybody else be around them, be having big boy jewelry on, and then Anu will come out with no jewelry on. And then you think that he like one of the servants. And one of these other guys is one of the head guys. And Anu ain't got no jewelry on, right? Because they really, Anu don't really like wearing jewelry. They didn't really wear jewelry to Inky. Inky made it look good. And when they saw how the Natharus was wearing the gold, they said, oh yeah, this shit fly. So that incorporated into their culture, but they didn't wear gold. They just built all their shit out of gold, right? So Anu don't really like wearing that much jewelry. So when Anu pull up, you might see Anu, and he might blend in like he a servant, and he'll have somebody else in the front, and they'll be acting like they the guy, and the whole time Anu will just be sitting in the back watching, right? And then you find out, oh yeah, that's Anu. The dude that don't got no jewelry on. It's about 2-3 people with him. They got big boy jewelry on. I'm telling you. So that's how Anu like to do that. He like to blend, like come in like he like a regular dude, and then the whole time he the head guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but and then the people that's talking about, oh yeah, well we don't like that. We don't deal with the Anunnakis. We deal with the Najarus. The Najarus are the Anunnakis, fool. The Najarus are part of the Anunnakis. The Anunnakis a different species. The Anunnakis a different species. It's not just one species. The Najaru are on Mothership Nubaru. Some of the Najaru got legs. The long necks that come from our Najaru ancestors. Right? The Anunnakis don't got long necks like that. They tall. The Najaru tall too, though. Yeah, Star Wars, man, look, the people that make Star Wars are part of the order, the secret order. It was a dude, it was a dude, right? That was the high priest of this secret order of scribes. In this secret order, they got the Illuminati, they got a sect called the scribes. And they are part of a priesthood that write secret novels where they put all the shit in the novels, but they know you'll never read. So they put it in novels and they tell the elites, oh yeah, well, go get this book. That book is actually based on true story, right? And so one of the head guy of this operation till he died, name was Zachariah Stitcher, right? And they said that he had so much power that if he's made a complaint against you, that was it. Even if you were like the queen, even if he made a complaint against the queen, whoever Zachariah Stitcher was, connected with as far as the extraterrestrial thing go. If he made a complaint about you, that was it. And then he had guys under him like John Carter, who wrote the stuff about Mars and Venus and all that, which is actually based on true information. Richard Shaver. Richard Shaver is the one that wrote and Shambhala and all that. Right, so these guys are part of that secret scribe supposed to scribe all this information into novels, and you thinking that it's science fiction, and ain't no such thing as a science and a fiction being put together. Science means to know, right? To know, to learn. So to put science and fiction together is an oxymoron, right? So the connection with, like I say, Trump and Nannar is because Nannar had a deal with the Nomos, and that's why he made a treaty with them by marrying the hybrid Nomos woman, which he produced a child named Aristogale. Aristogale was over the center of the earth for a while until she de factoed out and became and it got took over by Lord Philcor, who's the leader of the Narcos. We up early with it, y'all. So we'll take a couple questions before we get out of here. On the Nannar Trump, Trump is working with Nannar. Now, what would be the plan? It's probably to take out the Baal priesthood, to stop the Baal priesthood. But then these guys, the Nomos, are tricky, because once they help us out to stop these guys, they can potentially turn against us, and then they take advantage of us. See, like this, the bully come beat up another bully so they can bully you. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. The outcome is the frequency of the planet. What the outcome is to go to allow the planet to get out of this frequency. We're going to the Schumann resonance. The Schumann resonance, right? The Shu men. The god men, the god Shu. We're going to the Najarus taking control of the planet. So they already knew that in the future that we are the Najarus, and that we're gonna take control of the planet. We are the people this is our planet. We are the future of our ancestors that came from this planet, right? So the end goal is to take our planet back into a galactical frequency again, so we can communicate with off world, with other beings freely. But we had to get rid of the dumbness. We had to get rid of the mental retardedness as far as what we know, right? Because they got us scared of they pretty much get used to extraterrestrials. They got this CGI thing now where they doing so many these upright walking animals and things and then on Halloween they walk these guys. I'm gonna tell you, man, it was on Halloween, this Halloween, it was a lot of extraterrestrials walking around, and people thought that they were costumes. And they were walking around right in front of humans. This Halloween that just passed, it was a whole bunch of extraterrestrials who came out and was walking around amongst humans. And you thought that was a costume, but they were just seeing how you react. And most of y'all just went along with it and said, oh yeah, well, this is normal. So they're getting y'all used to it. Because they already here. They just know how to blend in. Go watch Man in Black. Yes, so the end goal is to take your planet. The end outcome of this, I don't know what Nannar and them got planned on their end, because they tricky, right? But Nannar, for the most part, he ain't in on the kid thing, right? So that's probably why they going after. That's why Trump, after the people are going after the kids, that's the Baal priesthood, the Baphomet, these killer clowns with the rock our crowns and about the mountains. But the end goal is to take our planet fully into the fifth dimensional Aquarius age sun cycle, so that we can vibrate on a higher frequency. So there's a lot of things that's plaguing our planet like death, sickness, different sicknesses and diseases will exist no more. Matter of fact, you want to get a better idea on where we going with this thing. For my people that know, right? You want to get a better idea where we going with this thing. Go read Revelations chapter 20 through 22. It might be start at 19. Matter of fact, start at 19 and read 19 to 22. And it says right then that there'll be no more death, there'll be no more crying, there'll be no more sorrow. For the former things are passed away. There'll be a new heaven and a new earth, right? A new kingdom. The kingdom of God come down. Thy will be done. Thy kingdom come, right? On earth as it is in heaven. So what they're saying is that we're going to go into that fifth dimensional state to where we're going to be able to operate in heaven and on earth. Earth will go into that state to where we can communicate and be galactical, be galactical people again and communicate with these extraterrestrials who they dumbed us down and say, oh, they angels with wings and little babies with white wings and shit. So that's the end goal, to up our frequency. And Mother Nature is gonna get rid of a lot of people because they slowing the planet down with because they're not intelligent enough. Only the intelligent, like they used to say, only the strong will survive. Well, now it's only the intelligent will survive because the intelligent are the strong. Listen to what I'm telling you. Only the intelligent will survive because the intelligent is the strong. The bright race, the bronze race. As I heard the brother Mentellect, that's what we're talking about now. He used to say the bright race. I think he took that from verse 113 Revelations, where it says that he had skin like burnt brass, bronze, right? What about Project Bluebeam? Yeah, Bluebeam was they was trying to communicate. Project Bluebeam was about trying to communicate with extraterrestrials and trying to do through hologramic technology and trying to really trick us with they can do other things with it, like faking invasion, faking a alien invasion. They got different forms of that though, because they got the UFOs already. They got hybrid aliens, which they've been engineering down there in Los Alamos, right? So yeah, Project Bluebeam is really about faking the second coming of Christ, using the hologramic technology that they put it on a satellite out of space. They got this high beam technology where they can beam down a high frequency image and to make you think it's almost real. They already been experimenting with that. Yeah, Kamala Harris is a Hindu. She's one of the 200 fallen, with Barack L, who is one of the 200 fallen. The 200 fallen time is up. 6,000 years is up. The rule is up. It's time to, like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad used to say, the minute hand is on 6, the hour hand is on 6, and he can't go over the 7. He can't go over the 7. That's what Elijah Muhammad, peace and blessings be unto him. His minute hand is on 6, his hour hand is on 6, and he can't go over the 7. It's up. His time is up. Right? The energy is searching throughout the planet to get rid of the parasites. Different solar flares going to hit the planet to cause different parasites that exist on a certain level to be destroyed because they can't exist on the Schumann frequency. The Schumann frequency is when the Schumann frequency completely come in, you're gonna see more about another 700 colors, of frequency for the hit Earth, right? You're gonna see the water is gonna taste different. Everything gonna taste more high frequency. The food gonna be taste different. GMO cannot survive on a Schumann frequency. Nothing without a soul can survive on a Schumann frequency. You don't got and like one of my teachers, Mother Sophia Stewart, used to teach me that if a fruit vegetable don't got a seed, it don't got a soul. So the GMOs they are artificial, they don't got a soul. All this shit don't got a soul. So anything without a soul will not survive this shift. It will not survive this Schumann frequency, this solar energy, these solar flares that they hit. That's why they already going underground. That's why they hooked up with Elon Musk and they already underground, right? Now, and the people that's underground, only the people that work with the that made deals with certain extraterrestrials, because the extraterrestrial was already down there. Some of them went to Mars, but they got eight, right? Supposedly. It was like 200,000 some people on Mars, and then they went back up there to check on them because they weren't getting no signal from them, and the whole camp was empty. And they wondered what the hell them people went. You know where they went? The reptilians got them. The reptilians, the Dragons. Man, you breaking galactical law to take Earth humans to Mars. You breaking the treaty. That's breaking the treaty. And they went to the Galactic Federation to complain about the reptilians taking those people, and the Galactic Federation told them that, well, it's right here in the treaty. Once you go off planet, you free game, you fair game, right? This is right here in the treaty. Once you go off world, you fair game. So those people are they people now. We can't do nothing about it. Should have read right here on the line, because look, ignorance is no excuse to the law. Even in galactical law, ignorance is no excuse to the law. I'm telling you. So that's what's going on. What you're about to see for 2025, you're probably going to see a lot of natural disasters happen. It's going to appear to look natural, but it's not going to be natural. It's going to be certain parasites blowing certain things, like the nuclear plants they got on the San Andreas Fault. You're going to see certain miraculously things happen as far as natural disasters. That's most of what we're going to be dealing with. Fires, because they're burning everybody inland. They burning shit inland. Like Doc said. Right? So that's what's happening, man. And you're finna see Trump complete the military completely. You're finna see a militarized United States for probably like the first year. And we might go into a lockdown. If these guys pull a Nigerian candidate, activate their Nigerian candidates, we might go into a lockdown. Because what that's gonna do is make the American people already consider the enemy of the United States corps. But what that's gonna do is we don't know who the hell who. So we gotta figure out who's who. Because these guys, these Nigerian candidates, look like Americans. Because why? Because everybody, there's so many different races in America. Anybody that come over here can be classified as American at this point. And so if we gotta arrest everybody until we can figure out who's who, that type of thing. But we know one thing, it ain't gonna be that many niggas. You know what I'm saying? As far as no Nigerian candidates. They're using all special ed and retarded guys. The two guys that shot at Trump last they look like they were special ed and retarded. You know? So it's that sort of type of thing. Yeah, they find, and no offense to my people that's, I'm just saying, they find guys that they can take advantage of. That part. Right? So the EMP closed. Yeah. So because that's one of their plans too. That's one of their plans too. Try to pull. Because they got access. These guys, they the ones that got access to nukes and all that shit. But the military is now under the orders. Really, since 2014, the military have been under the orders of these guys. This Roman Empire. But could Nannar be on the good side helping Trump? Yeah, for probably for a little while. And then, like I say, if they see where they can take it, the way Nannar is, if he see where he can make a hustle off this, he in on it. Nannar a hustler. But like I say, he wasn't involved with the kids though. He used to give stuff out to the kids. Nannar was one of the ones that started gift day, started giving gifts out and giving turkeys. Well, like turkeys, like you know how Nino Brown was giving them turkeys out just like Bumpy Johnson. Well, Nannar is the one that started it, giving out gifts for all the money that he was making off the dark side of the moon, all the shit that he was smuggling. He used to give gifts to the children. And but like I said, the old man come in there, right? The old man said he's an idolater. He said pumping parts in his own community, he ain't gonna come back like he's Santa Claus to give out some gifts. Right? He's an idolater. So it's like, so some people didn't like Nino. Nino was an idolater. To me, Nino was the devil, right? Nannar was a bad guy, right? But like I say, we didn't. So from one perspective, we didn't look at him as a bad guy. We looked at him just our grandpa, and that's what he do. He moves shit right out the dark side of the moon. And my mother, she was what we told y'all, the devil wears Prada. The devil wears Prada, y'all. I'm telling you. But it's like this though. My mother was a sweet lady, right? But she didn't take no shit. So you can look at it from that perspective. She didn't take no shit. She didn't want no pushover. So you can say, oh yeah, well, she's a devil because she wouldn't let me push her over. Or she wouldn't let me take advantage of her. Because I Nana wasn't going. I'm telling you, for nothing. For nothing that if it wasn't her getting a leg up in the game. You know? Inky or Numeru. You said Inky or Enlil? I think you said Enlil. Now Inky is using the avatar by the name of King Yahweh. Go look him up. Enlil, and Inky got several avatars, but that's one of his avatars. Yahweh, King Yahweh. People can say, oh yeah, well, y'all crazy, he making shit up, whatever, nigga. Y'all, yeah, you'll figure it out later. Enlil is on Mothership Numeru. He been restricted. The last time he came was 1993. Oh, you saying Inky, right? Yeah, Inky's using an avatar called King Yahweh. Go look him up. And he got palaces all over. Mainly, his main palace is in South Africa. Same place where he was when he set up the Abzu. King Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. King Yahweh, Yahweh. Hey, pull up a picture of the Holy Tablets of Inky and then put it next to King Yahweh. That ain't just the point that we making, but just go put the tapes that I put out called Inky Unmasked. Like I said, and if you say that that's not Inky, then that means you know who the real Inky is. Because if you can say a thing is not, that means you know what a thing is. Before you can know what a thing is, you must know what a thing is not. Before you can know hot, you must know cold. You can't know hot completely what it is until you know what cold is. And then you gotta also know that which sits in the middle, which is warm. So there's three things here. So if you can say that that's not him, then that means you got the real one. So bring us the real one. And we've been saying that for a long time. Nobody ever come. We hear crickets. We hear crickets. I don't give a damn who you are. If you say that's not Inky and you want to prove me wrong, bring the real one then. There you go. And that's that. Anybody, go tell anybody that. It don't matter who it is. Tell them. If you say that's not Inky, then show us the real one. You got a picture or something, you can say, okay, this is the real one. That's not him. Go ahead. And if you say and that goes with all the rest of the pictures we put out. of Enlil and Anu. If you say that's not the real one, bring us the real one. There you go. Yeah, nobody ever came back with nothing. One dude did come back with a picture. He said, "Oh yeah, this Inky right here. We saw it. It looked like a dude looked like Comet the Frog got hit upside the head with a pistol. Like he got robbed up on the subway in Chicago. Somebody robbed him with a pocket knife, and another guy had a pistol. He didn't want to get the money up, so they bust him upside the head with a 357. So he like Comet the Frog with a knot on the side of his head. They said, yeah, this Inky. I think he was just being funny though. I think he was trying to be funny. Yeah, he like Comet the Frog got hit upside the head with a pistol. Right? They pistol whooped him. Then went on, took his money anyway after he wouldn't give it up. Right? On the subway in Chicago. Yeah, them niggas be robbing in Chicago. On the subway, boy, them boys will be on that. That's what it's dudes that go just on the subway all day just to rob people. I'm telling you. And that's that. Trump in bed with Nannar. Everybody get up out of here, man. Everybody really stopping. Let these boys take a break real quick. We'll be back, man. We're gonna do some lives all day today. We'll be back. Wadu.